Hey guys, this is Shodan, and I figured today I'm going to take a look at Duskers. This is an early access game on Steam, and already, just the way this game boots up, I'm starting to like it. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to clear my user data, and I'm going to start a brand new game from scratch, just to kind of give you guys a taste of what this looks like. And I'm going to skip the tutorial. So basically, in this game, there has been some kind of big war or big cataclysmic event, and I'm really sorry about all the static on the screen. I'm going to fix that in a moment. That's part of the game here. So we're just scanning the area that we're in. We found 4 ships. We have enough fuel for 6 days. That's all going to make sense in a minute. And we have our log file here. Basically, we explore derelict spacecraft, gather intel, gather resources, and see if we can find survivors. Okay, first things first. Let me go into the options and turn off all of the graphical noise, because that can't possibly look good on YouTube. Okay. So here is the interface screen. This looks a little bit daunting, but as you can see, we are at the system map. If you look at the top left, we can set our view to system, or galaxy, or universe. We are only really concerned about the system map at this point. That little blue triangle there is me, and I can kind of move it around and, well, not move it around, but move my destination around to these green things, and those are all other ships. I should mention that this game is very much kind of a randomly generated style of game. It's also a lot like FTL in some ways, and I'll show you that shortly. I'm just going to go ahead and board the ship that we started out on. So what you do is you have these 3 drones, or you start out with these 3 drones. Right now I have Ethan, Corey, and Kyle, and you can see that Ethan has a motion sensor and gatherer, Corey has a generator, Kyle has a tow and an interface, and I'm going to talk about those shortly. In actually the last game I played, none of my drones had an interface, so I couldn't talk to any of the ship computers, but let's go ahead and board. And whenever you board a ship, you get this really, really corrupted log file. And it looks like a lot of people are having the same problem that I am. They're finding derelict ships and something is wiping them out. So this is the main kind of schematic map, and you can see it's pretty empty right here. On the left, there are my 3 drones, 1, 2, and 3. They're in a green room labeled R1 that basically represents my ship, and A1 is an airlock door. And what you do is you type your commands in this little window in the lower right here. So you basically type, like I type A1 to open this door, and you type numbers 1, 2, and 3 to switch between your drones, and when you do that, you get this kind of little overhead view. So we know absolutely nothing about the ship so far, only that there is no infestation on it, so we're going to go ahead and wander in. We're going to explore. This D3, that is a door that is not powered. And you can see this thing here is a power inlet. And it looks like there's some salvage. D4, that is an open door. And that's the entire room. Okay. So I'll go back to schematic, and we can see that we've explored a little bit. So I'm going to tell drone 1 to gather everything in the room. He's going to pick up that little yellow piece of salvage. And the way these commands work is it's basically a verb, like gather or navigate or whatever, and then you specify numbers. And you can specify more than one. Like, for example, I can say navigate 2, 3 into R2, which is this particular room number. And drone 2 has the generator, so if you just type generator, we'll go ahead and plug into that one. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up all the doors on this ship here, because I already know it's perfectly safe. And let's see, who has the Gatherer? Only Drone 1 has the Gatherer. Okay, so since everything is opened already, let's move 3 and 2 back into my ship. That'll turn off the power because 2 is disconnected from that generator, but it doesn't matter at this point, since we have all the doors open and there are no threats. Although, this is interesting. There's a destroyed drone here, which you can kind of see right in front of number 1 here. It looks like his name is Ian. We could tow this drone, except he is destroyed. If he was disabled, we'd be able to tow him back to our ship. And instead, I'm going to use the swap command, and all the stuff on the left is what my drone has. On the right is what this wrecked drone has. So I'm going to take the interface. Might come in handy. Go back into schematic mode. Alright. And we can also, R5, I think. We can also give our drones commands through this screen as well. And let's see, this thing here, this is fuel. We use the gather command to pick that up. Although if memory serves, we're not really going to get much out of it, especially since this is like the very first ship that you run into, so it's not going to give you much. So let me go ahead and tell drone 1 to gather everything. And we'll go ahead and pick up the fuel. I don't think I'll get anything. Nope. No propulsion, no jump cells. And we'll move him back to R1, and once he gets back there, we can go ahead and close the airlock and get out of here. And we will be done with the ship. Alright, so after you salvage stuff from a ship, it gives you this little report. And basically says we have gathered an interface module. So now that we have done some stuff and we have gathered some salvage, let's go ahead and take a look at our modifications. This is where you can change your ship upgrades, you can upgrade your drones. All of that takes scrap there at the top of the screen. And in the middle of the screen, we can see how much something costs in order to do something. We don't really have enough scrap to do anything right now, but you know, you can eventually. These are all my ship upgrades, and I have none, but it works much the same as installing things on drones. I can also go into my drone config, and I don't think Ethan needs an interface. I only really need one interface, so I'll put that back into storage. Okay, so let's move over here to the next ship. We'll board, hit enter. Now, in the last video I made, oh, interesting. Crew of 6 in the hold were 13 scientists, and there are corrupted log files. There's also one infestation type detected. I am not entirely sure what that is going to be, but for the moment, let's see if we can find a generator. Oh, D10 is open. Finding a lot of scrap. Okay, there is the power connection. But first I'd just like to get a feel for anything else that might be inside of the ship. Okay. Alright, we have powered up the ship at this point. Let's move 1 and 3 into R2. Oops. I keep saying move when I should say navigate. Tell these guys to gather and... Oops, hang on. Motion sensor. Alright, you can see that there is something hostile in room 5. And the game is actually giving me some advice. It's saying, hey, you might want to move those up into R4. Of course, I don't really know what is in R4 yet. So what I'm going to do is move drone number 3. Well, okay, I guess I'll go into room R3. Okay, and there's another generator in there as well. So let me go and... Actually, I'll just take control of this guy manually. We'll move 3 up into R4. And move 1 back into R2. Oh, actually. Basically, I want to kind of get everyone into R2 over there. We'll send drone 1 to gather, see if we get any fuel here. 1 day of propulsion fuel, and no jump cells. But that's fine, we're eventually going to run into situations where we find jump cells. Okay, move this guy back into R2. Close that door. And use the motion scanner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lure that guy upwards into R4 and close the door behind him once that happens. But it sometimes takes a second. Okay, there it goes. Now we're safe. So what I can do is I can say open door D8 and let's move drone 2 into room 3. Whoops, well, now that he's unplugged, I can't open any of those other doors. But let's see what this powers up. Okay. Now, I have an idea. If you played FTL, then you may know where I'm going with this. You see room R6? It has A2 connected to it. And that is an airlock. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go to drone 1, and I just want to see if there's any salvage around here somewhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this airlock A2, and before I do that, I'm going to open up a space to where that hostile little guy was. But first I need to get all this salvage, because if I don't do that, then, well, it's all going to get sucked out. So let's see. Move this guy into R3 and check this out. Close door D6. Let's see. Because I want to kind of get a view of what's going on here. Oh, check that out. One found a drone. It is, we can salvage this thing. Let's see what I can do here. Alright, I'm going to need to get another drone in here. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Let's move 3 in there. In order to move these disabled drones, they have to be empty. So you have to kind of take everything out of them first. And we have done that. And we tell to tow. And what we can do then is just navigate 3 to room 1. And he's going to go ahead and tow that drone down there, as you can see. And you know what? I might as well get drone 1 in there too. And tell number 3 to tow again. That makes him just basically drop the drone. Okay, ready for this? I'm going to seal myself in this room, seal my guys in their ship, open up. Oh, nope, hang on. Because I want to actually see this happening. I'm going to move drone 1 into room 5 so he'll be able to scan basically everything around. And we can see that hostile alien get sucked out into space. Okay, open door D3, open airlock A2, and confirm A2. Okay. Those rooms have been vented to space, and of course they've been repressurized now that I've closed the airlock. And something else I want to show you guys. I can tell my ship to dock at A2. And he will eventually well, it's interesting. This seems to be a bug. Already docked at A2. That is strange. Oh, okay. There they go. I don't know why the ship didn't show up there, but that is, Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it just didn't display. Yeah, alright, there it is. Okay, so we're done there. I have a drone tow scanner. But yeah, this is basically just a kind of really quick glimpse of what this game is about. If you vent a ship into space for too long, the rooms will start to get irradiated. And actually what happened to me before was I left the wrong doors open, and I ended up venting all, like, well, maybe not everything, but I vented out one of my drones and one of the salvage drones out into space. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that just right after this. But this is me just showing off Duskers. I've been Shodan, and thanks for watching.